Hello everyone, this is Bazzoka, and welcome to another Kirby Air Ride City Trial filler series episode thing. So we're gonna get right back into it. uh, yeah. This intro, it's not working out very good, is it? I'm choking over my own words. Isn't it beautiful? So today, just recently, I started doing some stuff, and by stuff I mean like something that's close enough to be called work. So yeah, I'm starting to do, I guess, I'm actually not sure what it's called, but it's like keeping all the checks and stuff in check. Something like that. I'm not sure. What's it called? Reconciling or something like that? I don't know. But yeah, it's where you input the checks and stuff into a system and all the deposits and what have you. It's considerably a lot more straightforward than I thought, but it's also a bit annoying, I guess, because there's a lot of stuff you have to put into it. And oh, I got a negative turn. Oh well. So yeah, I can't say I'm particularly happy with doing that, to be entirely honest, but you know what? I might as well, because it's not like I have to do that every day. I'll probably be doing that for the next few days in a row, so that way I'll remember it. But it's not like I have to do it every single day, so I'm not gonna be miserable. Hopefully. So, in other news, Rhythm Thief. Oh man, it's so freaking good. It's the best rhythm game so far. But I haven't played. I got both Rhythm Thief and Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy. But I only started playing Rhythm Thief, and I'd say that was a good choice because you know what? It's an excellent game. The first couple of levels are fairly easy. In fact, most of the first few levels are pretty easy. But then once it gets into like chapter 3 or 4 or so, it gets much harder. Like I don't know if I should say anything because that might be considered spoilers. Look at me changing my air ride machine constantly. But yeah, Rhythm Thief, it's great. Since it's made by Sega, there are quite a few references to some of their other rhythm games. It's pretty cool, and I didn't see it coming at all, because how would you expect it? I mean, the game does give you like a mini like tutorial screen on like what kind of inputs the game uses. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure, that's cool. And then when you actually start playing it, it all comes together. It's like, holy crap, it's this game. And it's like, it blows your mind because you don't expect it at all, and it's a great treat. And yeah, I was showing off the Bulkstar's odd traction capabilities. But yeah, Sega, you have done. Oh crap. Sega, you have done an amazing job with Rhythm Thief. Yes, you never want to get the no charge on the Bulkstar, otherwise you're doomed. For good reason. But yes, Rhythm Thief. I suggest anyone with a 3DS go out and get it now. It's amazing, really. I mean, a lot of it's a touchscreen, but it's really easy. Like, really easy, simple touchscreen, nothing like super complicated. Maybe the only complicated thing is using Maybe the only complicated input for that game is circles, like circles on a touchscreen, and as unfortunate as I must say, the really gimmicky input of tilting the 3DS. There's so far there's a couple games that use it, and it's not too bad. I mean, there is like a small bit of delay, so it's not too bad. But then there's one game where how do I say it without spoiling it? Oh no, I got a negative boost, and I'm down to 3 boost. Oh no. I don't know how to say it without spoiling it, but there is one that heavily uses the 3DS tilting, and tilt, like you have to tilt left, right, and down. Tilting it down, it's easy. That's like immediate. Like there's no wait. It's just like bam. But then tilting it left or right, holy crap! Tilting it left or right, there's like a fraction of delay, and the timing for it is really odd because it's supposed to be like tilt now or get hit, but since there's like a little fraction of delay, you can like tilt it like half a beat before you're really supposed to, and it'll register it'll register you as actually tilting it on time. But if you try and tilt it on time, you won't get it because there's a delay. I don't know. Admittedly, like if they had a choice whether or not to add the tilting gimmick into this game, they probably shouldn't have. But since they have, they probably dealt with it in the most practical way that they possibly could have. 14 charge, not bad. But then it's target flight, of course. I can't remember if I'm pretty sure I win this too. So that's the sad part. But yeah. What a jerk. You know what? Never mind. I don't win this at all. But yeah. What a jerk. Oh man. Hey, but I got 3rd place. Hilarious. So yeah. What was I talking about? Right. Rhythm Thief and the tilting gimmick. Since they did include the tilting gimmick to the game, they dealt with it in the most logical way that they could, and making it so you don't have to time it perfectly, but the way that the game is first introduced, you have to tilt it perfectly. Like that's what it seems like you have to, but through a little bit of an experimentation, you don't have to at all. And so yeah, it's I'll probably play it again, and I won't find it as hard because I figured out how to, figure it out. I figured it out how to figure it out. Yeah. Redundancies. But yeah, I still don't like that tilting gimmick. It's definitely not my kind of thing, and it's a bit unreliable for rhythm games. Even though, like I said, they did deal with it in the most logical way possible, and it's not nearly as bad as it would have been if you had to perfectly time it. So yeah, in other words, in Sega referencing their old games, there's actually quite a few references to Rhythm Heaven games. It's quite a surprise, and some of them are pretty obvious references. Some of the other ones, though, not as much. And convenient. The Castle Hall secret chamber is open and it's full of weights. I'm so fat. But yes, but yeah, there's references to certain rhythm heaven games, and they're not obvious at all. Like, I'll say there is a reference to lockstep. Now, it's not the kind of lockstep that you're thinking about at all. It's a completely different kind of lockstep, and but it's still like lockstep. You'll like, if you want to know what I'm talking about, you have to play it yourself. Like, I'm not saying any more than that. There's basically lockstep in Rhythm Thief, and it is freaking awesome. In fact, you won't even know it's lockstep until you're partially playing through that level. It's very clever. It's a very clever way of doing a lockstep-like thing with on beats and off beats. So yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. Like, as soon as I figured out that it was lockstep, like, bang, like a huge grin just appeared on my face. Like, it was magnificent. It was a great rhythm game. Like, so yeah. What else is there? I don't know if I could really say anything else. Could I say anything else? Oh yes, Rhythm Thief. It's kind of like what was it? Yeah, me and a friend agreed that it's basically Professor Layton mixed with Rhythm Heaven, because Rhythm Thief has an overworld kind of thing going on where you can travel to different places, and you can talk to people, and when you tap on them on the touchscreen, that little like 3-line thing from Professor Layton pops up, just like it pops up in Rhythm Thief, just like it would in Professor Layton. The way characters talk is like two full portraits of the two characters currently talking or interacting with each other. So that's really similar to Professor Layton. And then wow, that's a lot of stuff I lost. What was it? And then you can like click around on the background for like hidden presents and stuff, just like looking for hint coins in Professor Layton. It's amazing. It truly is like Professor Layton in that regard. But instead of finding puzzles, you find rhythm games. It's great. It's great, really. The Arite Formation. A 14 charge. Oh, I don't make it. But yeah. So yes, there's that. And along with feeling a little bit like Professor Layton, there are also like some small rhythm puzzles. Like, they're not rhythm games, but they're more like rhythm micro games, you could say, kind of ish. Well, I don't know what to call them, but they're definitely like puzzles. And so far, they're really, really easy. Like, they're so easy. And some of them aren't even rhythm related. Some of them are just like, here, turn this and do that to make these connect. And like, this requires no rhythm at all. Well, there's a tiny bit of rhythm because you have to time it, but there's no actual rhythm. And sometimes, like, there's one where you have to like press a button in time with a blinking light, and it's just like there's no extra beat to go with it. So I don't know. You have to completely use your own instincts to press the button. So, yeah. That's my 2 cents on what I think about Rhythm Thief. Even though that was much more than 2 cents, I bet. But yes, aside from the gimmicky 3DS tilting and the super simple rhythm puzzles, like, it's a great game. It starts off really easy, but then it starts off really easy, but then it actually starts picking up its difficulty. Hit and run. Yeah. So yes, hit and run. Can't believe I'm actually hitting people with this. And I hit myself. I do believe I blow myself up too. Yep. So, there's that. And, hey, look at that. I actually managed to fill up basically an entire episode with just talking about a completely different game. Oh, man. I am best commentator. Okay. What else could I talk about in this last few seconds? Theater Rhythm. I can't wait to try Theater Rhythm. That's going to be a game I shall really enjoy, because it's theater rhythm games, and it's a very interesting looking rhythm game, to be sure. And I just avoided a microphone in the face. But yes, I shall get into that maybe after I beat Rhythm Thief. I still need to beat Super Mario 3D Land though. But yes, that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. And have a good day.